What's going on, guys? Greek Freak here, and in this video we're going to be discussing sort of the opening season of the NBA. Now, I'm not going to be going over a direct game or anything like that, but I'm just going to tell you guys sort of my thoughts of what's been happening with the NBA so far. Sorry that I don't have any real footage as far as from this direct season, but I will be talking about just sort of the MVP, Rookie of the Year, and other things such as that as far as the games that I've seen so far. Now, the number one thing that I want to talk about is going to be the MVP candidates. Now, from what I've seen so far, what I'm directly seeing is I'm expecting this to be very much almost a four-person race here. Now, it's going to be questionable within this fourth person that I'm going to be talking about, but we're going to have to see about that. Now, of course, the two main people that I think are going to be the ones competing for that MVP, directly front-running it, is going to be the Greek Freak and Anthony Davis. Now, I really think the fact Anthony Davis is probably that person that just seems like he's going to be taking it this year. I think if he can lead his team to the playoffs, that's going to be the main reason why. We don't expect the fact that Pelicans are really going to make the playoffs that much, and if they do really good, I really think the fact that he would be guaranteed that. Now, the Greek Freak, I think the fact that they would have to be at least a top four team in the Eastern Conference in order for him to win it. Their performances just going out there with their rebounding and their scoring ability just really just put him out there. And with Anthony Davis almost getting that triple-double and Greek Freak, it just really looked that key. The third person that I will be talking about would be LeBron James. I think it's pretty obvious right there. My main concern of why I don't have him as the top one is I'm hearing very much mixed reviews as far as who is going to be that. Where do they expect the Lakers to be? Now, in my opinion, I don't expect them to be a very high up seed. LeBron James has only been a number one seed 3 times in his career, and that's in the Eastern Conference, where the competition is a lot more lackadaisical compared to the Western Conference, especially this Western Conference, where there are going to be some very good teams being left off, and it's going to be very, very strange as far as that goes. The Eastern Conference is very much questionable about really the bottom seeds, where you're going to have some pretty good teams being left off in the West. And with that, it makes me wonder as far as the voting, does LeBron with his team, because what I'm hearing with some of the expectations are that they're going to be a very good team. And with that, if the team struggles, it's going to hurt him as far as MVP candidacy. And I believe the fact that somebody like Anthony Davis is going to have just great numbers being on a team by himself. And of course, he obviously does not have much supporting cast around him as far as what many people will think of. Now, obviously, I think Jrue Holiday is a great player, and the fact that they do have now additional three-point shooting on that team, which really will help him out. But the media is not really going to look at it that way. So I really think the fact that he could put up some numbers to really be the MVP. The fourth person would be Joel Embiid. Now, Joel Embiid is very much questionable, as I think there's going to be high expectations, obviously, on the 76ers. They're not the number 2 seed. I don't see that even happening. But he's obviously going to have to put up good numbers and really have to work hard. Now, what I saw from this opening game, now this is where I'm going to go into the actual games that have been played. I'm going to try to get this video out today before I get the final view of the final teams like LeBron and his Laker debut and all that. But as far as the games that I've seen so far, if I don't get this out in time, is the fact that we have the game where we saw with the 76ers and Celtics, and what I saw was just bad news for them. Now, it's not directly the team or anything like that by any means. I think the fact that they have a good enough team, and of course opening night, I'm not judging a team from that. But what I 100% saw was them forcing Markelle Fultz into that lineup, and it really looked obvious. It just didn't really work well that you're forcing him into it. You have to slowly integrate him, I believe. And just to sit there and to throw him right in at the starting lineup, a person that really wasn't shooting too well right out there. Ben Simmons, it was what I really expected, which was the fact that he didn't develop that much of a jump shot, especially with some of the shots they did take. I was just questioning it, where before I thought he was very efficient and worked very well with that. So we're going to see how that really works out there. But as far as that, I thought that was really good. Rookie of the year, it's DeAndre Ayton only. I mean, as far as that, that's no question to me. He's going to be the Rookie of the Year. Just watching him in his debut, he looks like an NBA ready player right now. He was putting in work on DeAndre Jordan, who's a very athletic, big, really obviously known for his defense more than his offensive skills. And my main concerns, I guess, about him as far as his game would be the fact that he just didn't look too assertive. I didn't see him really fighting to post up very many times directly. I didn't see them really trying to go into him. Defensively, I didn't think that he was rotating that well. There were times he was just moving slightly hesitant, just trying to keep onto his man, especially when it was somebody. And I guess I could understand the fact that with DeAndre Jordan being a lobbing type player and you don't want him to open up for lobs, but sometimes you do have to rotate over and try to contest shots and force people off into other directions. But other than that, his rebounding skills looked pretty good. He didn't look like he was going too hard on the glass, so that also could be an improvement for him. But he obviously could rebound. His shooting ability was amazing. Post-up game was just on point. I just saw it. Very efficient shooting, tough contested shots, just making them like it was nothing. And with him being on such a young team that's going to obviously be utilizing him, he's going to get the stats to be able to be a Rookie of the Year. Second year players that I think that really could be doing good here. I really liked Malik Monk. He really stepped it up with his game coming off the bench. Just really great shooting. His three-point shooting obviously improved. Scoring, obviously, like I said, first game, one game, I'm not going to overreact about it, but if this keeps up happening and what happened with Nicholas Batum, you could really see why the Charlotte Hornets were trying to move Nicholas Batum, and really it's going to be difficult for them to do it with the contract that he has, but they're going to have to try to do something there because it was just a struggle for him. And if so, I would be moving Malik Monk into the starting lineup, and I would definitely be putting Nicholas Batum either on the bench or at least try to get him to be moved somewhere else. Now, it's going to be difficult to move him with that contract, but that's definitely something that they're going to have to do if this keeps happening here. As far as other games, I don't think that there's anything else that I want to really touch on. But guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure that you leave a like and subscribe to become part of the Greek Army today. And as always, this is Sparta.